Let's talk about breakouts, guys. Stick around. Hey traders, warm welcome to you. Alright, so breakouts. Let's have a quick overview and let me just chat with you one-to-one about breakouts. So I think if you're trading breakouts all the time, you're going to struggle to get momentum in your trading. If you trade breakouts under certain conditions and you're very, very strict with them, they can become very powerful. So we've got to be careful to bundle breakouts into this big thing of trading a breakout. Now, let's not bother defining a breakout. You know what it is. We understand what a breakout is. But there's two distinct ways to trade it. And the thing is with breakouts, guys, is it's a very, very seductive setup, right? What do I mean by that? Because we often think, hey, if I could just buy this high, it goes through, I'm going to make a quick bit of money, quick €100, quick €500, quick €1,000, whatever you're trading at, move on. Because breakouts have volatility, breakouts have momentum, breakouts tend to have volume. You see them in the textbooks and you think, great, jump on this, I'll be out by the end of the day, I'll be out within 5 minutes, I'll be out within whatever it is, I'll take my money, I'll move on, I'll take no heat, all be relaxing. So it's a very easy, dare I say, lazy trade to take. But when we have certain conditions, this becomes a very powerful trade. So we're taking it every time. You know, guys, and you probably know this, markets don't sit in trends and break out. And even if they're in trends, they're not going to break out and blow out all the time. You know, we have times when trends where they break out and they backfill for a bit and they kind of grind higher. And you know, even though over the month it might have gone higher, it's not literally gone bang and powered through in the other way you'd expect it to, or even on 5 minute or 1 minute. You know, so very often, you know, and you can only have to look at any of your favorite currency pairs, and if you look at any of your favorite indices, any of your favorite stocks to know this. Now, stocks slightly different because of catalyst, but let's push them to one side for now and wrap them in the whole bracket of under certain conditions. So most of the time, if you're constantly trading breakouts, it's going to be a struggle to get some traction. However, under certain conditions, breakouts work really well. Catalysts. You know, if the Fed has said something, or interest rate announcements, an earnings report, anything like this, that helps. However, what I want to talk about very specifically in this video, and by the way, if you have checked out the price action program, guys, you know in there we talk about loads of things. We talk about grading the trade and some of the attributes that we look for to say this breakout might end up going. That's by the by. And by the way, you know, if you haven't even checked that out, if you're not interested in kind of investing in that, fine. There's some videos done before where I've touched on a little bit about some of the attributes of a breakout. But anyway, in this video, you know, I think the main theme of this is to say, right, watch out for trading breakouts. You know, we can cherry pick and go, oh, look, this breakout worked perfectly well, but how many before didn't? And that's the trouble you have, is that when you're taking the breakout, how many stops you're prepared to sit through before you finally get one. Anyway, one idea I have for you that I want to share with you in this video, guys, is number one, obviously be careful of trading breakouts. If you find yourself struggling in trading, just see how many times you're trading breakouts and go, you know what, maybe I either need to stop trading breakouts completely. You'll be very specific about when I trade breakouts, time of day, pattern, catalyst, all this kind of stuff. Another thing to potentially add to that toolkit is what I call I call it the range break fake, but it's not really that. That's part of another strategy that I use, but it's more a case of having a run up. If you imagine a catapult, you have to pull it back before you let it go, and that's going to break through. And if you imagine you had, you know, some sort of soft material here, like a piece of wood or something, very thin wood, and you kind of just let the ball bearing go, it's just going to hit that wood and fall down. But if you pull the catapult right back, I think you guys in America call it slingshot, right? Pull it right back, catapult's the other thing in it. Pull it right back, let it go, the ball bearing is going to fire through. That's a little bit like the markets. You know, very often the market has to pull back before it can fire through and break through. Look at the Euro USD here. Euro USD daily trend. I'm just using daily for example. You guys get the point. The breakout of this kind of 1.19 level properly didn't really happen. Loads of fake outs until it unwound. Now this happens to unwind twice. Things are never going to be clean and very, very crisp for you. Unwound, pulled back, and then finally it went through. Same with the DAX not too long ago as well. We were kind of sitting on this level for ages, couldn't break the pre-COVID high. It's 13,000, kept going up a little bit, coming down. Finally, we had this catapult kind of retracement where it really stretched back, and that was enough for it to fire through. Now again, not as clean and crisp as perhaps you would like, but ultimately you finally got the breakout. Of course, we're on one daily chart here, so if you're swing trading this, your stop's going to be way low. You can stomach this kind of stuff. But if you look on many things like this, guys, this is what happens. And on the low time frames, etc., and even kind of things like this, where you go, right, there's the high little flag type scenario. I had to go below the prior low, stretch that back before it fired and went through. So what I wanted to kind of, the point of this video, guys, is to say, hey, number one, just consider the breakouts. If you find yourself taking too many breakouts and that's a problem, then maybe just dial them back. Now, of course, if you have a strategy that's working, fine. Don't adjust it. Get better at it. Put more size on it. Dial it up. While it's working, press. I'm a big advocate of that. But if you are struggling, if you think, you know what, maybe I'm taking too many breakouts, perhaps it's time to step back, and something to add with your rules or to kind of investigate yourself and do your own homework on is, what about that retracement first before it fires through? How many times in my journal, how many times in the prior trades, if I'd have waited for a little bit of retracement first and then taken it, would that be better? Because of course, if you're taking it before that, that's probably the time you're going to get pinged out. That's probably the time, if you're buying up here, you're going to think, it's going through the lows, it's going to go through the floor, and you're stopped, and then you don't get onto this big rally. So think about that. Think about this kind of stretching the analogy of pulling back the catapult before it breaks through. Have a look at that and see if you can integrate with your trading. I think you might find it super helpful. Take care, guys. See you next one. Bye-bye.